Your Majesty at your service. Welcome to Fairyqueen Talks. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of my podcast, Be to Become. Today, I'll be wrapping up the first season of Fairyqueen Talks with this episode. It's only fair to end this season by looking back at where I started and give you a big thank you for coming back every week. I started this podcast because I wanted to have a platform where I could inspire, educate, and help you through my stories, life experiences, and perspective. When lockdown was imposed due to COVID-19, I seized the opportunity of being stuck indoors and not having other excuses for not doing what I've always wanted to do. I haven't got a blueprint on how to best run a podcast. However, the nature of my life routine is about to change as I'm entering a new phase of my life, and I personally need time to adjust and take time to review the first season and come back fresh and bring amazing new content for you in season 2. In the meantime, you can keep up with me on my Instagram account, Fairyqueen Tatiana, that's Tatiana, or just follow the hashtag Fairyqueen Talks on Instagram. At some point, I would love to interact with you a bit more and show my face, so I'm planning to organize an Instagram live session with you, so stay tuned for more information on that. Becoming a podcaster showed me what type of person I needed to be each day. Just like everything else in my life I wanted to become, for us to be effective people in any role that we have, we need to build certain attributes, characteristics, and habits. Be to become, for me, is about who we need to be on a daily basis to become the best version of ourselves, to tap into our greatness, and fulfill the purpose of our lives. Excuse me. This far, what I've learned about becoming a podcaster is that I need to be authentic to myself and speak only on what I actually know. I need to be willing to share parts of me, and I need to work with what I have, and as time goes on, invest in equipment and software. I need to have a plan and purpose for the content. Everything needs to be intentional and geared towards you, the listener. I need to be organized and keep up with current affairs because the world is always changing. And lastly, I need to be committed and consistent. These attributes and habits are not exclusive to being a podcaster, but are things that can help a lot. As a young girl, I've always dreamt and had a goal of having an amazing education, have a career, be married, and have children. Now, having become all of those things, it's easy to become complacent and think I don't have to do anything anymore. I've expressed in previous episodes that sometimes our goals deepen, and at this stage of my life, I want to be an effective and the best wife I can be, the best mum, the best employee. This means that I need to be and have the following things. I need to be a person who is actively giving love without conditions. I need to forgive and not hold on to things against others. I need to let go of things that are very little and pick my battles. I need to be willing to be a learner and never think that I know it all. I need to be thankful for what I have. And lastly, I need to be at peace because my vibe affects my mind and those around me. When we think about who we want to become, let's focus on what we need to be. A few years ago, someone told me about a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, I won't lie and say that I've read it, but I've seen plenty or read plenty of articles and infographics about it to have an idea of what it's about. So today, for the last episode, I want to go over the 7 habits that effective people have, and I hope that you can translate them in different parts of your life. So, number 1, sharpen the soul. Don't work yourself to death. Strive for a sustainable lifestyle that affords you time to recuperate, recharge, and be effective in the long term. 2, be proactive. You have a natural need to wield influence on the world around you. So don't spend your time just reacting to external events and circumstances. Take charge and assume responsibility for your life. 3, begin with an end in mind. Don't spend your life working aimlessly, tackling whatever job is at hand. Have a vision for the future and align your actions accordingly to make it into a reality. 4, put first things first. To prioritize your work, focus on what's important, meaning the things that bring you closer to your vision of the future. Don't get distracted by urgent but unimportant tasks. 5, think win-win. When negotiating with others, don't try to get the biggest slice of the cake, but rather find a division that is acceptable to all parties. You will still get your fair share and build strong positive relationships in the process. 6, seek first to understand, then to be understood. When someone presents us with a problem, we often jump to giving a solution. This is a mistake. We should first take the time to really listen to the other person and then only make recommendations. And 7, synergize. Adopt the guiding principles that in a group, the contributions of many will far exceed those of any individual. This will help you achieve goals you could never have reached on your own. As we've come to the end of the first season of Fairyqueen Talks, I hope that you've enjoyed the episodes each and every week. If you've missed a couple, don't worry. You have plenty of time to catch up. I will update you on all the podcast platforms when I'll be going live on Instagram and when season 2 of Fairyqueen Talks will begin. In the meantime, remember to always enjoy the journey to your greatness. At the end of each episode, I address the Queendom. Our everyday choices determine who we will become. Don't take the roles you already have for granted. Be the best you always. Choose to be better each day. Thank you so much for tuning to Fairyqueen Talks. See you next time.